Hi, welcome to Ray at the Movies, and welcome to my 25 Days of Christmas, where I upload a video every day for the whole 25 days of December. Now, the movie that I'm going to talk about is one of my favorite and my sister's favorite movie, and I think my wife's new favorite movie. I don't know. I think she liked it. We watched it just now. My son watched it too, but he didn't watch the whole thing, so he didn't watch enough of it to review it. So here we go. Babes in Toyland is a movie that came out December 14th, 1961. Now there's so many actors in this because this is a play, in a way, a musical. So they have a large cast of actors in this. There's too many to count. I'm not going to do my normal where I let you know what movies and stuff they did. So we have Ray Bolger, Tommy Sands, Annette, Edwin, Tommy Kirk, Kevin Corcoran, Henry Calvin, Gene Sheldon, and oh wow, I don't have him listed here. Hold on. Let me see. Annette Funicello was in it, but they credit her as Annette. And there's another actor that's in this, but where is he? Frank. Huh. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I'm wrong. It's not the same actor that does. I said that it was Annette Funicello and what's that guy that normally does movies with her? Frankie. He wasn't in this. And, the person that was in it was Tommy Sands. Okay, so I was wrong. So about who I thought it was. There's an actor that does movies with her, and I thought it was him. Boy, was I mistaken, but that's okay. So, the movie was directed by Jack Donahue, who did Close Up, The Yellow Cab Man, Watch the Birdie, Lucky Man, written by Ward Kimball, The Mouse Factory, Joe Randitti, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, Lowell S. Howley, The Sign of Zorro, Zorro the Avenger, Swiss Family Robinson, Beverly Hills Family Robinson. So this is the story. Tom the Piper's son is about to marry Mary, quite contrary. On the eve of their wedding, evil miser Barnaby hires two henchmen to drown Tom and steal Mary's sheep, cared for by Little Bo Peep, thus depriving Mary and the children she lives with of their livelihood, forcing her to marry Barnaby. The sheep are stolen, but Gonzoro and Rodero, Barnaby's henchmen, double-cross him by selling Tom to a band of gypsies instead of leaving Tom with the opportunity to escape and make his way with Mary, Bo Peep, and the other Mother Goose characters to Toyland. Now, one thing I will note is a lot of the characters in this movie, or this musical, are from the Mother Goose stories. I want to make sure I make that clear. Trivia. This was the first live-action musical that Disney Studios produced. It was so as heavily promoted as the studio's other big films, but was a failure at the box office. It is one of the few Disney films never given a second run in the neighborhood theaters, or even re-released as many other Disney films were. It first appeared on television in two one-hour segments telecast a week apart, only 8 years after its original release. 8 years was usually the amount of time the Disney Studios used to wait to re-release their films theatrically. Disney did not make another musical on this to elaborate a scale until Mary Poppins, which became its most successful film during Walt Disney's lifetime. Many of the sets from this movie, including Mary's garden and fountain, the shoe house, the pumpkin house, and the trees in the forest were on display at Disneyland in Anaheim from November of 1961 through 1962 as a walkthrough attraction. Ward Kimball was originally to have directed the film until a falling out with Walt Disney. While Disney was away, Kimball arranged for Roy Colbert to audition and approved set designs, which were considered Walt's domain. Then a studio publicist took out a trade advert unbeknownst to Kimball, announcing him as the film's director. All of this led Disney to decide that Kimball had gotten above himself, and he fired him. The stop-motion wooden soldier segment took more than 6 months to film. The toy soldiers also made an appearance in Walt Disney's Mary Poppins in the nursery sequence, and are favorite features of holiday parades in Disney parks to this day. Disney animator Bill Justice made sure the park soldiers were identical to the movie counterparts. The Hal Roach original March of the Wooden Soldiers starred Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy, and had a monkey in a mouse costume that looked suspiciously like Mickey Mouse. Thus, Disney remade featured two comic actors impersonating Laurel and Hardy. In fact, Harry Calvin, who acts as Gorzondo in the film, impersonated Oliver Hardy when he made a guest appearance in an episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show where Dick impersonated Stan Laurel. That is why I thought it was Laurel and Hardy in this adaptation, because he mimicked him so well that I actually thought that was him. I was telling my wife that. I said, I thought Laurel and Hardy. There is a movie that came out in the 30s with Laurel and Hardy in it. Of the 6 Disney live-action movies that co-star Tommy Kirk and Kevin Conran, this is the only one where they do not play brothers. This was the only Disney-produced film based on a hit Broadway stage musical, and the first Disney musical using mostly songs which had not been specifically written for the film. However, it is not very faithful to the original 1903 stage version. This Walt Disney classic has 2 original Musketeers appearing in the cast. Musketeer Annette Flanello and uncredited Musketeer Ellen Diamond. Although it was 3 years since the Mickey Mouse Club, Annette Flanello was credited on this theatrical feature as simply Annette. This version takes liberties with the original 1903 operetta, but so does the 1934 film with Laurel and Hardy. For example, the characters of Guillermo Rodrigo, who is the mute in this production, and Garzo were in this film, but not in the Laurel and Hardy one. A side-by-side comparison which would likely reveal that the 2 films are about as even in their changes to the stage version. So I give this movie 5 out of 5. I really like this film, and I highly recommend anybody take a chance to watch this. Some people, at first my wife, I think you didn't think this was a Christmas movie. Yeah. Until you watch the movie to the end. It actually is shown, and it even came out in December. So I like this film. I really do like musicals, and like I said, my sister, and this is my sister's and mine's favorite movie. Grew up watching it, and this was in our household every Christmas. I haven't watched this movie in years. That's why I sat down with my wife to watch it, because I want her to experience what I experienced when I watched it for the first time. And I think she enjoyed it. It has a lot of cool musical numbers. My favorite is one of my favorite songs is the one when they're at the Forest of No Return. So with this, I'll say good day. Have a good one. God bless.